What if the key to peace, fulfillment, and true happiness wasn't hidden in some distant future, but was right here, in this very moment? What if everything you've been searching for, relief from stress, freedom from overthinking, and a deep sense of connection, was already within your reach, waiting to be unlocked? The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle is not just a book, it's a transformational guide to living fully in the present moment. In this summary, we'll break down the core lessons from each chapter, helping you integrate these profound insights into your daily life. By the end, you'll understand how to silence the mind, dissolve pain, and step into a more conscious, awakened existence. Let's begin. Section 1. Awakening to the Power of Now. Imagine being trapped in an endless loop of thoughts, constantly worrying about the future or regretting the past. This is how most of us live, dominated by the mind. Tolle begins by explaining that the biggest obstacle to enlightenment is our identification with thoughts. The mind creates problems, anxieties, and an illusion of time that keeps us stuck. He shares a deeply personal story of how he suffered from depression and anxiety until he had a moment of profound realization. I am not my mind. This moment of detachment allowed him to access pure consciousness, free from suffering. Tolle introduces the concept of the watcher, the part of you that can observe thoughts without being consumed by them. The key to breaking free is to recognize that past and future are illusions. The only true reality is now. He invites us to try a simple practice. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just observe. No judgment, no labels. This is the first step to presence. He also emphasizes that making this shift takes practice and patience, but the rewards are profound. Once you step into the now, you begin to see life with clarity and peace. Each moment becomes an opportunity to align with your true self. Section 2. The Mind, Ego, and Illusion of Time. Our minds have a habit of constantly chattering, replaying past experiences, and projecting fears into the future. This, Tolle explains, is the ego at work. The ego thrives on identification. It wants you to believe that you are your thoughts, emotions, and life circumstances, but you are something deeper. He presents a radical yet simple truth. Time is a mental construct. Most of our suffering comes from resistance to what is, either longing for the past or worrying about the future. When we surrender to the present moment, we dissolve the ego's grip and enter a state of peace. Tolle encourages a shift. Instead of resisting or analyzing your emotions, simply feel them fully in the present. When you observe your emotions without judgment, they lose their power over you. This, he suggests, is the beginning of true inner peace. He further explains that by becoming aware of this habitual thinking, we create space between our true essence and our thoughts. That space is where stillness and peace reside. He urges us to continually practice presence until it becomes our natural state of being. Section 3. Entering the now through the body. So, how do we actually stay present? The body is a powerful tool. Tolle introduces the idea of feeling the inner body, a deep awareness of the energy within us. Instead of being lost in thought, he suggests shifting focus to the sensation of being alive, the rise and fall of your breath, the beating of your heart, the aliveness in your hands and feet. When we ground ourselves in the body, we interrupt mental noise and connect to presence. He also warns against emotional pain bodies, accumulated negative energy from past trauma. These pain bodies feed off negative thoughts and keep us stuck in suffering. The way out? Pure awareness. When you fully see the pain without reacting, it dissolves. He explains that staying present in the body strengthens our connection to the now. This practice allows us to experience life with greater clarity and inner stillness. It also helps us cultivate self-awareness, making it easier to recognize when we're slipping back into unconscious thought patterns. Over time, tuning into the inner body can become second nature, providing a refuge from the mind's chaos. Section 4. Freedom from psychological time and dissolving the pain body. Freedom comes when we no longer derive our identity from our mind. Tolle describes psychological time as the constant pull between past and future, which distracts us from being in the now. The way out is through surrender, accepting the present moment without resistance. Resistance, he explains, is the root of suffering. When we say yes to life as it unfolds, we align with the deeper intelligence of the universe. This doesn't mean becoming passive. It means acting from a place of deep awareness rather than reaction. As for emotional pain, Tolle reminds us that it is not who we are. He describes how negative emotions demand our attention, but when we become the observer, watching thoughts without identifying with them, their grip weakens. Awareness heals. The more we allow ourselves to be fully present with emotions instead of suppressing or indulging them, the more they lose their power. Tolle suggests embracing discomfort as an opportunity for growth rather than resisting it. In doing so, we transform suffering into presence. Section 5. Enlightened relationships and the power of surrender. Relationships often trigger unconscious pain, but they also hold the potential for deep healing. Tolle explains that most relationships are built on attachment and ego rather than true connection. When we no longer use relationships to complete us, but instead to deepen our presence, they become sacred. The book concludes with the ultimate key to freedom: surrender. Surrender does not mean giving up. It means accepting the present moment fully, allowing life to unfold without resistance. The more we surrender to the now, the more we align with life's natural flow. Tolle emphasizes that true love can only emerge when we are fully present with another person, without judgment or expectation. He challenges us to bring awareness into our relationships, making them a vehicle for awakening rather than a source of attachment. He also reminds us that surrendering does not mean passivity. Rather, it is an empowered way of living with trust in life itself. The more we let go of our need for control, the more life opens up to us in unexpected and beautiful ways. So, what does the power of now teach us? That inner peace, freedom, and true happiness don't exist in the future. They exist only in the present moment. By observing our thoughts, releasing identification with the ego, and surrendering to the now, we unlock a life of profound joy and clarity. If you found this summary insightful, why not take the next step? Try applying just one of these lessons today, whether it's observing your thoughts, connecting with your breath, or surrendering to what is. And if you'd like to dive deeper, consider listening to the full audiobook or reading The Power of Now for yourself. Thank you for joining this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs a little more presence in their life. Until next time, stay present, stay conscious, and embrace the power of now.